The Fort Bend County Fair. Every year growing up in Fort Bend County, you get an extra school holiday, Fort Bend County Fair Day, for the parade associated with the fair, which occurs on the first day of the county fair, normally around the second to last weekend of September. But is this fair worth going to for those seeking thrills and amusement park rides? And what can you expect to find there? Find out in this review. For starters, this review will mainly cover the various carnival attractions throughout the fair. There is also a concert lineup as well as fair and rodeo style events that occur on each day of the fair. On the day I visited, it was the Young Farmers Auction, and I did take some time to stroll through the various animals, but I was mainly there for the rides. This review covers the ride lineup for the 2022 fair. As these are all traveling attractions, the ride lineup will differ year to year, but this should give you a decent idea of what to expect. The fairgrounds are located in the rapidly growing city of Rosenberg, right off of Highway 59, which is the Southwest Freeway heading out of Houston, Texas. Overall, it is an easy location for anyone to get to. Richmond, located right next to Rosenberg, is the county seat for Fort Bend County. However, with Rosenberg's proximity to the freeway, its rapid growth has started to overshadow Richmond in this area. For locals in the Richmond-Rosenberg area, the Midway and Carnival rides are an exciting highlight to each year and offer a nice escape in a major metropolitan area that still lacks a major amusement park. For coaster enthusiasts, fairs offer the chance to find a traveling roller coaster. But at the Fort Bend County Fair, there is only a Wacky Worm, or a caterpillar coaster, as some people at the fair called it. This coaster was trimmed with its speed between the elevated final bank turn and the station brakes, breaking you to a crawl each lap. There is certainly potential in this layout, but it stands as a calm kiddie coaster for children and their parents. Though, I do talk about this coaster much more in a separate review. As for pricing, in 2022, the fair cost $15 to enter, plus you had to buy an unlimited ride pass. This was $25 on the day I visited, but seemed to vary based on the day, and, with discounts, was anywhere from $20 all the way up to $35 per day. Although $25 isn't much, since a separate admission is charged, it was really $40 for the day to ride all of the rides. You can pay individually for each ride at about $5 per ride, though I normally just like the unlimited passes, even if I'd be okay with riding just a few times. For families though, this can get expensive fast, as a family of 4 would be $160 for admission and 4 unlimited ride wristbands. So it may be useful to have some family members pay per ride. It isn't the cheapest outing, especially considering the ride lineup, but is probably worth it if you know you're going to enjoy the ride lineup. The ride lineup includes basic staples, such as a Ferris Wheel and a merry-go-round. Neither are particularly excellent, but they're solid family attractions that everyone can enjoy. As a kid scared of larger rides, I remember enjoying the walk-through funhouse as well as the giant fun slide. The funhouse wasn't particularly great now that I'm an adult, though the fun slide did get going pretty fast, and I was pretty worried about how to actually stop and slow down at the bottom. There also was a bumblebee ride that adults and kids could both ride without restrictions. For the little kids, there were 5 or 6 other small kiddie rides that adults could not ride, just as there would be in any kiddie section of an amusement park. None of these were great, but it's good to know kids looking for small rides have a decent amount of options to choose from. As for adult rides, there was a drop tower, as well as having a tall swing ride. Both, obviously, would be much larger at, say, a Six Flags park, but the fact that they are here is a nice touch. making a Six Flags lineup of flat rides not much better except in size. As for the spinning rides, that is where this lineup truly shines. They have classics like a Tilt-A-Whirl, Scrambler, and a Ring of Fire, all three of which you can find on Six Flags Fiesta Texas's board. The Ring of Fire did ban single riders. However, the operator didn't care to enforce this since it was slow when I rode it, so I was able to ride alone. The operators seemed very chill and not too concerned beyond doing their job. Normally, I'm a little scared with the height on one of these Ring of Fires, and figured a traveling version would make this worse. But you can't see much out of the car, so that really wasn't an issue. You do get crazy hang time as it basically stalls upside down for a few seconds on some of the rotations. But with the way the restraints are, this is more just a blood rushing to your head feeling than nicer actual hang time. The cycle did seem a bit short, which isn't necessarily a bad thing unless you're paying per ride. The slowdown cycle was about the only bit that did make me feel slightly nauseous, similar to a swinging ship slowing down. Beyond these are a continuous collection of spinning rides that, by the end, made me very dizzy. The Himalaya, which here is called Arctic Blast, is a fine basic version of the genre. There also were two suspended teacup style rides, a very basic one which offered a unique open flying feeling, and Tornado, which was a nice mix of calm swinging, but you could really get spinning really fast if you wanted to. Zero Gravity is a centrifugal force ride that pins you to its walls while it goes all the way vertical, creating a unique but enjoyable feeling. Downdraft is a nice hopping style spinning ride. Crazy Dance offers a nice soundtrack to the area while offering a long cycle that should get you spinning a decent amount. Not absolutely crazy, but enough that you should get dizzy. Spin Out is a fascinating looking ride that I haven't seen yet on my amusement park travels. Rotating around its arm, this ride clearly hangs riders upside down while twisting and turning them every which way. However, the inverting is more of the blood rushing to your head feeling since you're held upside down for a rather long time. When it is rotating vertically, you do get a hop of airtime at the top of the apex, which was a welcome sensation, but just not one I was entirely expecting. Despite my fear of some flat rides, and despite its look, this really wasn't that scary once it got going. Though that may be because you're too busy holding on or enjoying the ride to look down. The one ride that did terrify me a little was the Spider. Normally, these rides in all shapes and sizes are some of my favorite flat rides as they take a classic Scrambler and add so much more to it. This being a simpler, older version, moved around, up and down, while the cars were free to spin around as they saw fit. Despite its modest height, the movement up and down combined with the visuals gave the feeling that I might fall off. Though the up and down movement created more of a jerking sensation than a decent drop sensation. But then my car was also spinning a lot, especially when the arm went downwards. This both made me dizzy as well as heightened my fear of heights, as it truly felt like I might go flying from this ride. Needless to say, this ride made me crazy dizzy, and it took a long time for me to recover afterwards. My largest complaint was that there weren't more shaded benches or places to sit and rest along the midway. After getting dizzy on a couple rides, there wasn't much of an option other than standing in the hot sun or wandering off to go find some other place to be. Having more relaxing options, especially with a large amount of spinning rides, seems needed. Though, around 6:30 p.m. when the sun started to go down, there was a small breeze and it got down to a reasonable temperature outside. However, I advise making a plan to deal with food in your stomach, hydration, the heat and sun, and spinning rides, so that you can enjoy maximizing your time on these rides. Overall, how good was the Fort Bend County Fair's lineup in 2022? I was impressed, especially if you're looking for spinning flat rides. In the flat ride department, this lineup had virtually everything Fiesta Texas would have, minus the Disco Coaster, Daredevil Dive, both larger attractions built to be bigger large flat rides, bumper cars, a pendulum, and a small swing. Fiesta Texas beats the fair attractions on size, and for a family seeking a mix of thrill levels, larger flat rides might not be the most important thing anyways. But the fair did offer many additional spinning flat rides, with the Spider, Spin Out, and Zero Gravity being the most notable. Plus, a few more to help beat out Fiesta Texas in variety. I was impressed with this lineup, as I felt it was certainly deep enough if you're looking for spinning flat rides. Have you been able to experience the Fort Bend County Fair or any local fairs? What are your thoughts on their rides and attractions? Let me know. And, as always, Kap Kun Krap.